welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Phaedra. As you can tell by the title of this video, today I will be talking about 10 things that you should know in your early 20s. And I will be doing so while doing my makeup. If I don't say everything that I'm using, it will be down in the description box. Now that I am a few months from being 30, I feel like I may have a little bit of credentials to talk about this topic and just from experiences as well. So if you want to see how I achieved this look and you are interested on things that you should know in your early 20s, honestly, some of these things you need to know at whatever stage of life that you are in, because sometimes we fall and we just need to dust ourselves and get back on track. So if you are interested, keep on watching. I'm just gonna do a light beat. As you can tell, I don't have any lashes on today. I don't plan on wearing any. I'm just gonna do a soft glam. It's gonna be pretty tough for me to multitask and tell you everything that I will be using and talk, but I will try my best. If not, I will just list everything down in the description box below. I am not an expert on what you should do. Obviously, you do what you want, what you feel is best for you in your life. But I feel like after 29 years of being in this earth, I feel like there's a couple things that I've learned that can be beneficial to others that may be in their early 20s that may feel stuck. Just help someone in general. If you're not in your early 20s, like I said, you can always benefit from these lists of 10 things. So without further ado, let's get started on the makeup. So I've got you guys up close and personal. To start off, I like to use a brow gel. This one is by Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I like to shape my brow how I want it to go. This pretty much just tames and glue down your brows, just so you don't have to keep brushing them. The very first thing I feel like you should know in your early 20s is your time will come. What I mean by that is sometimes we may feel stuck. In my early 20s, I definitely felt stuck. I definitely felt stuck. I didn't know what I was doing with my life, and sometimes I may look like I have it all together. Sometimes even now, after having a whole career, I say all the time, like, what am I doing with my life? But in my early 20s, I really was like questioning myself, and that's normal, trust me. But all I want to say in regards to that is your time will come. No one has it all figured out. I'm using Airspawn. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's just pretty much a loose powder. Please do not use this on your actual face. I'm using it to set my brows just so they're not oily. But please do not use this on your face. It'll have you looking ashy, okay? And we don't want that. But anyways, your time will come. I was always the friend that believed that my time will come. I would always clap for my friends, whether they were, whatever they were doing in life or whatever success they achieved throughout their life. I was the friend that would always be there clapping for them and happy for them, because I knew my time would come. And it may not seem like it when you're in the situation, but think about a time where you thought you would never get out of a situation, and look at you now. So just apply that to your everyday every situation that you go through now, because where I was 5-10 years ago is not where I am now. So your time will come. Don't be the friend or the person that gets jealous when something happens to someone else, because you're blocking your blessings, okay? You're definitely blocking your blessing. Another thing is, the only reason that you feel behind in anything, that's probably because you're comparing yourself to someone else. But honestly, keep in mind that your time will come. Stop trying to compare yourself to everybody else. Your story is your story. I always say, like, God is the author of my story. Like, I don't compare myself to others, because their story is their story, my story is mine, and no one can take that away from me. So your time will come. Just enjoy the present, enjoy where you are now in life. Pray, try to have it figured out, but keep in mind that your time will come. Second thing I feel like everyone should know in their early 20s is to be financially literate. The sooner you learn about investing, the sooner you learn about a retirement fund, the better. And honestly, I wish I had someone to sit me down and talk to me about these things in my early 20s and like teach me these things, because school I really feel like they should incorporate these type of subject into school, and they're not doing that. And Babe was the one that pretty much sat me down and teach me, although he was teaching me about, investing and, retirement fund and all that. I have to do research on my own, because your teacher is telling you about math, but she's sending you off to do math homework. So that's basically, you have to put the work in, not just someone telling you. By the way, this is the Infallible concealer in shade Honey. But yeah, so basically he sat me down because I asked his advice on a decision that I wanted to make, and he said, well, let's budget. Let's see how we're, after we budget, let's see what we come up with. It was something that I wanted to do. It had nothing to do with him, actually. And he pretty much sat me down. We sat down for a good hour and a half. We budgeted. We talked about investing, retirement funds, like things like that. So, sorry if I'm not talking. It's just when I'm doing my brows, I have to be really, really quiet and focused so that it would come out looking decent. But okay, so yes, I'm still reading this book, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. I don't know how I'm still reading this book. I got it from Babe's place like months ago, probably the beginning of this year, and I'm halfway throughout the book, which is not good. But so far from reading the book, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, like, this book is really like a 10 out of 10. This book is really a 10 out of 10, and it just talks about the mentality of the middle class, then the mentality of, the rich, the upper class. And it's so different. Our parents and people in general try to tell you to save. One thing about people in general, they love to tell you to save, but saving is not saving for what? Like, I need more than just save. I need more than just that book opened my eyes to a whole new world, that you're saving, but what are you really saving? You need someone to sit you down and tell you how to have your money work for you. Like, it's not always just about saving. You need to have your money work for you. So when I say in your early 20s, if you really want to be successful, and I wish I had someone to sit me down in my early 20s to talk about money, not just saving. Stop telling me to save. Tell me how to invest. Teach me how to invest. Teach me how to have my money work for me. And that book, honestly, that book is a great book, and I plan on finishing it. Our salary increase, and then we decide that we want to increase our cost of living. Things that we do that we don't really pay attention to. I feel like I'm rambling on this topic, but all in all, I would say in your early 20s, read books about investing, read books about being financially literate. Just in general, just learn about money. Okay, catch my drift. Now we're on number 3 of things that you should know in your early 20s, and that is learn how to manage your time effectively. I still struggle with this, and I guarantee you 99.9% of us struggle with this. I am going to use the foundation NARS and the shade New Caledonia. And before that, I am just gonna use my Milk Primer. But yeah, we all struggle with using our time effectively. Sometimes I still struggle with this. I would have a whole day in front of me, and instead of using it productively, I would, just scroll and just TikTok is a dangerous app. And you get on TikTok, you get on social media, you just start scrolling. An hour pass, 2 hour pass, 3 hour pass, and then now it's time for you to like go to bed and go brush your teeth, you go shower, get ready for bed. Next thing you know, you're back in bed scrolling and until you fall asleep. And I just feel like no matter how much we try to avoid that, it happens to the best of us. And what helps me is I have my digital planner. If you haven't seen my digital planning video, that's on my YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. But pretty much that helps me when I list my to-do list. I'm very productive when I have my list listed and I'm able to cross my to-do list, listed, and I'm able to cross things out. But sometimes, you get in the habit of scrolling and all that goes out the window. And we might wake up and say, oh, I want to go to the gym, and then the time comes for you to go to the gym. You're not at the gym. You're being a big back. So just learn how to use your time more effectively. We all have the same 24 hours, and when I say this, that's for me as well. Trust me, we all have the same 24 hours, and we should use it wisely. I just want to do more with my time. I know every week Apple sends like a watch time. They send how much time you spend on your phone for the week. And y'all, I had to reevaluate myself, like, girl, get off your phone, do something, get to work. The sooner you learn it, the better it will be for you to act upon it and be better at it. Now, the 4th thing that I feel like you should know in your early 20s is once they show you who they are, believe them. And that applies in friendship, relationship, and all the ships. I feel like we tend to look for the best in people. And I used to do that a lot. Like, make excuses for people, rather. Like, one thing I used to do is make excuses for people. Well, maybe they did this because of that. Now it is what it is. If it quacked like a duck, if it walked like a duck, if it looked like a duck, it's a damn duck. But just believe people. Once people show you who they are, believe them. Seeing people for who they really are will save you so much in the long run. Like, it will save you headache, it will save you heartaches, it will save you all the aches. Okay, like, believe them, because 9 out of 10, not believing someone after they show you who they are usually ends in you being hurt. And I have mastered cutting people off, okay? And if I see that you're not aligned, we're not aligned, and you're doing what you're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing and they're not aligning, baby, you gotta go. I gotta take the trash out. But it's just believe people for who they truly are. Like, it'll save you so much headache in the long run. Trust me. And I feel like that's something you should definitely know in your early 20s. Create some boundaries and reinforce them. Period. After I put my concealer, I like to let it sit for a little bit before I start, blending it, because I feel like you get the most coverage from that. The fifth thing that you should know in your early 20s is that God will teach you a lesson until you truly, truly learn it. If he have to teach you this lesson for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, maybe 10 years, honey, he will let you learn it. Whether you want to learn it or not, you will learn it the hard way. That's what it comes down to. You will learn it the hard way. And I say this only because I've experienced it. And like, the sooner you learn this lesson, the better it is. And I feel like God has a sense of humor where, he takes you out of a situation and he's like, okay, I'm gonna see if Phaedra learned her lesson. I'm gonna present that same situation in front of her and see if she falls for it. And y'all, I be falling for it. And now, y'all, now I know better. Now, oh, thank goodness, now I know better. Because, honey, back in the days, I think I was the Lord's most stubborn student. Because the amount of time it took me to learn something that God is trying to teach me or tell me to stay away from, the amount of time it takes me to learn that lesson is crazy. And sometimes it's not even a hard lesson. It could be something small and I'm still, I'm still not learning it. Look within your life and, ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me right now that I'm not listening to, like I'm not grasping? I know I said I wasn't gonna contour, but this is coming out really, really good that I do want to contour. Okay, I actually love this L'Oreal Infallible concealer. I typically use NARS, but I think I'm loving this new concealer. And guess what? It's affordable. It's at Walmart, Publix. Now, you know what? But anyways, oh, one thing I wanted to mention in the topic of being financially literate is that, y'all, I was watching this video of this lady. Basically, it said like how to be successful or whatever, and I was watching this video of how she became like very successful very fast. And she was basically saying one of the top things that you need to do to become successful, number one, change your environment. Like, and I felt that to my core. And two, she said, stop taking advice from broke people. She said, stop taking advice from broke people. And that was real. You know how I mentioned how everyone and their mama want to say save. Like, I can't stress you how family members, they do not stop with the saving. Save. What am I saving for? She says stop taking advice from broke people, but I like to say stop taking advice from people that are still clocking in. Once you have, passive income, I feel like that's when I should be taking advice from you. But anyways, my camera gets overheated so fast, but this is contour. I am using Truffle by L'Oreal Infallible. I think I'm doing a pretty good job at telling you guys what I'm using. And this is a Flawless concealer brush that I use. It's from e.l.f. The sixth thing that I feel like you should know in your early 20s is that no one can block what is truly for you. Literally, no one. And I used to be the type, I still am sometimes, the type to worry and worry and worry and worry about things that I have no control over. Like literally have no control over. So why worry about it? You know, why am I worrying about this thing that I have zero control over? And sometimes you have to get in the mindset of no one can block what's for me. And I have mastered that. Literally, no one can block what's for me. If I didn't get the job, if I didn't get, like, no one can block it if it just wasn't for me. And I find it easier to say that now, like, oh, I didn't get it, it just wasn't for me. And that's not for me. Or right now, this is not for me. Like, I am good at that now. What I'm using right now is Amber by L'Oreal Infallible. It's like a lighter, very light shade just for my under eye, just to make it brighter. I do also believe that keeping your mouth shut when you are planning on, you know, doing something. I do feel like sometimes people don't need to know. You know what I mean? I do feel that you should, you know, not tell people your business. Because what is telling them gonna do for you, really? You know what I mean? Like, why tell them? But I need to concentrate for this because now my nose is looking discombobulated. Hold on. But yeah, I still believe that, you know, you don't need to tell people your business. But I also feel like what God has for you is for you. The seventh thing that I feel like you should know, I'm telling y'all this, if y'all don't listen to anything I say in this video, this is the one. Stop caring about others' opinion of you. Stop it. I feel like a lot of times when we care so much about what people, you saw how there was a harsh line, like the line was harsh, but I took my foundation brush, I didn't add any foundation to it. I took like the excess, the residue from, you know, putting my foundation on, and I just dabbed it around my concealer, my highlight, and to have it all blend in together, just so there's no like harsh lines. But yeah, if you could take one thing from this video, stop thinking about what others think of you. This right here is Blondie from Huda Beauty. It is a translucent powder. I just apply it, you know, underneath my eyes with this puff pad. I'm gonna look crazy, but trust the process. I should have dabbed the excess off. Come on, Phaedra. It will limit you if you don't stop. Like, it will literally limit you. It will, in everything that you do. Like, it will limit you because the first thing that's gonna pop up in your head is, what will so and so think? And the people that y'all be worried about, the people that y'all be worried about and caring about their opinion is crazy to me. Because who are they? That's my new saying now. Like, because who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You know what I mean? Who are they? Damn. That powder was too close to my face. Y'all, why was I holding this powder so close to my face? I done inhaled 10% of the freaking powder because I feel like it's in my throat now. I basically added the translucent powder on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my upper lip, my chin, and that's about it. And now I'm just gonna dab it here. But yeah, that is my new saying, because who are you to why should I care of anyone's opinion but God? Like, who are you? Like, I am seriously asking, who are you? This right here is the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami. It is a it's for contouring, I believe. Like, it's a bronzing contouring powder, but I like to use this shade for my eyeshadow. It looks so nice. You feel like you're doing something that is, you know, that you want to do, and that's not harming anyone, and it's not putting anyone or yourself in danger, I feel like you should do it. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, you learn from that. You know, you learn from that. So, you know, how would you feel 10, 20 years from now, or when you're in the hospital bed, or when your end days have come and you're reflecting on your life? Oh, I didn't do this because I was afraid of what this person or that person would think. Girl. Like, this video, a lot of people might say, what is she doing? But I'm gonna post it. I will post it. People might say, well, what is she talking about? I'm gonna post it. Because at this very moment, that's what I felt like doing. That's what I feel like doing. So we're gonna dust all of this off, the excess the excess. Listen, we're gonna dust. Let me focus. The 8th thing you should know before you turn 20 is to learn a new skill. Although throughout your life you can always learn a new skill, but I feel like the sooner you learn a new skill, the better. You never know, that new skill that you're learning might lead you to your purpose. You know, like for me, it was makeup. I learned to do makeup at a very, very early age. Like, YouTube University, honey. YouTube University. I went to esthetician school. For those of you who don't know, I went to esthetician school. And honey, that school ain't teach me nothing about how to correctly apply makeup. And I learned everything myself at a very young age. I was very young when I started. You know, I have never taken a makeup class one day in my life, and I feel like I want to, but I don't know yet, because there's YouTube University. But I feel like start a new skill at a very young age will help you. And I just did a wedding yesterday, just a bridesmaid yesterday, and if I didn't learn a new skill, I would never be able to do that. So learn a new skill. And I think my next new skill would be baking, or, you know, painting. There's like 3D paintings that I want to do. So my next thing would be painting or baking. So learn a new skill. It will help you in the long run. Next, I will be using my mascara. It's by 20'S, and I'm just gonna put this. Obviously, I'm not wearing, even if I was going to wear lashes, the strips ones, I would still apply mascara. And I must say, this mascara is very, very, very good. So you see how long my lashes got from wearing it? Next thing I would say, number 9 would be stop being a people pleaser. And I mean this. I used to be such a people pleaser that it was ridiculous. And being a people pleaser won't get you anywhere. Honestly, it won't get you anywhere. And this is the Huda Beauty Rich Brown. I love this lip pencil. This was my favorite lip pencil, Cindy Beige, and there's literally nothing left. literally nothing left from it. So I'm gonna have to use a different. This right here is by MAC. It is faux satin. That's the shade. We're gonna pop that. So yeah, stop being a people pleaser. Last but certainly not least is give yourself some grace. You are right where you're supposed to be. Like, give yourself some grace. Stop trying to be on the next thing, hop on the next thing. Enjoy being in the present. Enjoy 5 years ago you were not where you are right now, so be thankful for that. You know, how would you feel like in your last days, you're in the hospital bed or whatever, and you're thinking, wow, I was so stuck on moving on to the next thing that I never fully be present and enjoy the moment. Stop trying to get older. Stop trying to, like, if you're in your early 20s and you're still living with your parents, you're still, you know, you're not where you want to be, enjoy that moment. But I will tell you right now, enjoy the moment. Enjoy not having a rent. Enjoy not having a mortgage. I used to, when I was younger, I couldn't wait to get my own car. Couldn't wait to live alone. Like, now I don't even be wanting to go nowhere. If y'all knew the amount of work it took to film this video, between my camera overheating and my battery going out, y'all better like, share, comment, and subscribe. But as I was mentioning earlier, give yourself some grace. I'm going in with the Make It Last Original setting spray. I love this setting spray. This, once you put this on, your makeup will not move. But I'm not going anywhere too crazy for it, and I'm not gonna have my makeup for a long time, so there's no point of wasting my itty little bit that's left in there. So I'm just gonna spray my Milani Make It Last setting spray. But as I was mentioning before, just make sure that you give yourself some grace. You are doing great. Live in the moment. Live life, okay? And yeah, you're right where you're supposed to be, okay? When it's time for you to get to the next step, the next level, you will. But anyways, that wraps up the end of the video, and I thank you guys for watching. If you have any question on this makeup look, don't be afraid to comment in the description box below. Well, no, the comment section below. But yeah, I feel like this is a look, every time I wear this look, it always eats. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming it, and if you want to see more makeup tutorial, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you on my next one. Ciao. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye. I must say, Jessie Woo did that. She did that. She really did. Like, the talent, the voice, she did that.